Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Josephine Zuberry, and today I want to share with you a short practice that allows us to combine or integrate affirmations with posture or asana practice in yoga. So I've got 3 affirmations that I'm going to share with you today, and I invite you to either practice along with me or choose affirmations that feel appropriate and relevant to you wherever you are right now in this moment. A quick note on affirmations and what they are. Affirmations are short sayings that help us remind ourselves who we really are. And so these affirmations that I've chosen for this practice today are ones that will help us to remember our truest expression of ourself. The first affirmation that I've chosen for us is I am worthy, allowing us to really embody our inherent worth, because we are all worthy of love, we are all worthy of kindness, we are all worthy of success. And sometimes we forget. So it's important that we remind ourselves, especially in times when we're feeling a little bit down. The second affirmation I've chosen is I am strong. Because when we're faced with challenges and obstacles in our life, it's important that we remind ourselves that we have all the tools that we need, that we are strong individually, but also that we can find strength by reaching out to others and asking for help. And sometimes the strength that we need isn't necessarily physical strength or mental strength, but the resolve to be humble enough to ask for help when we need it. And the third affirmation that I've chosen for us to practice today is I am pure. And this relates to the niyama from yoga philosophy, straight out of the Yoga Sutra, purity or saucha. And saucha is often translated as cleanliness, with this idea being that it's important that we maintain a clean body, a clean mind to help us move through the world with clean energy. And while all of those translations are wonderful, I prefer looking at purity with a slightly more expanded view, in that when we reaffirm to ourselves that we are pure, that our bodies are pure, that our minds are pure, we're reminding ourselves that we are not our body, we are not our minds, but that our body and our minds are temples for our souls. That when we treat ourselves, when we treat our body with respect and with this principle of purity, then we are prioritizing the optimization of our vitality and our energy in a way that allows us to show up as the best version of ourself day in and day out. So I've chosen 3 postures for us to practice these affirmations. And if these affirmations aren't working for you today, feel free to pick affirmations that do work. I am, and then a word, a phrase, a principle that is simple and that will help remind you what you need and what you have and what you can call upon in your moments of need and challenge. And similarly with the postures, if the postures that I've chosen for these affirmations don't resonate with you, feel free to choose postures and shapes that allow you to better embody these ideas. So the first affirmation is I am worthy. And I've chosen a really simple posture for this. It's a simple Tadasana. So Tadasana is mountain. You can stand with your feet about hip distance apart so that you have a really steady base, so that you feel connected to the ground underneath your feet. You can let your hands rest by your side with your palms facing outward so that your shoulders relax away from your ears. Stand tall, find a nice long spine, and if it's comfortable for you, you're welcome to close your eyes. You're also welcome to bring your hands together at heart center, or let your hands just rest down by your side, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And you can do the same thing seated in a chair. Most importantly, just remember that the spine is long, that the feet are grounded. I'm going to have my hands out to the side, palms facing forward. This allows me to open up the heart ever so slightly, so that I'm opening up my heart to the rest of the world and to myself. And from here, simply bring awareness to your breath. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. One last deep breath in and deep breath out. And now repeat silently to yourself the affirmation, I am worthy. And mean it. Feel it in your body. Expanding on your inhales. Grounding on your exhales. Repeating, I am worthy, silently to yourself. Let's do it 1 more time. Believe it. Bring your hands together at heart center. If your eyes are closed, you can slowly open the eyes. And if that feels good to you in your body, in your breath, in your mind, you're welcome to stay there and continue repeating that affirmation. We're going to move on to the next one, I am strong. Now I've chosen the posture plank. This can be a challenging posture, but there are lots of ways to modify. And it's a way for us to embody not only our physical strength, but also our mental strength. So I'm going to come down here. I'll move my props off to the side for a moment. And in a plank, there are a lot of options. You could start on all fours, on your hands and your knees, and just stay here if this is where you need to feel strong today. You can also set the knees back behind you so the knees are behind the hips and your hips start to drop towards the ground in a modified plank. Maybe this is where you stay. Or you could curl the toes under and lift your knees in a plank. You could also come down on your forearms if your wrists are a problem for you. And you can do any variation of these. So we'll do 3 breaths, expanding on our inhales, releasing on our exhales, and then we'll repeat the affirmation silently to ourselves 3 times. I am strong. Now that'll be about 6 to 10 breaths that will be staying in plank. So if you need to take a break at any time, you can lower the knees or choose a different position, or if plank just doesn't work for you, choose another posture that helps you embody this idea of strength. So hands to the ground, preparing, maybe starting in a tabletop. Take a deep breath in, and then choose your postural expression of strength. We'll start with 3 breaths. So whatever version of plank you're in, find a gentle engagement of your core muscles so that as you inhale, you can expand. And as you exhale, you can ease your way into wherever it is that you are. Let's do 1 more deep breath in and deep breath out. Now, I'm going to go ahead and lower my knees to the ground. Repeating the affirmation to yourself, I am strong. And if it helps you to speak it out loud and express it in that way, you're more than welcome to do so. Feel the strength in your body, in your arms, in your core, in your shoulders, and in your mind. 1 more. Again, believe it. And then let's press back into a child's pose here for a moment, or you could go into some cat-cows. Taking a moment to rest. Now this last affirmation, I am going to do a restorative posture. But again, the affirmation, I am pure, you can choose a different affirmation or a different postural expression, whatever purity means to you and how you want to express that in your own body and mind today. So I've got a bolster and a couple blocks here. I've got the bolster on an angle so that I can lay down. My hips are still on the ground, my sit bones are on the ground, My head is resting and supported on the bolster. In fact, I'm going to take a blanket here and place that blanket on the bolster so that I have a little extra support underneath my head. And your legs can be long out in front of you. Your arms can be down by your side. I've got blocks and a bolster here. You could lay down on a pillow on the couch. You could lay down on the ground. You could place a folded blanket or a pillow underneath your head. You can get creative with the props that you have available to you in your house, utilizing pillows and blankets, just so that you can come into a nice, comfortable position. Let's take 3 breaths here. Allowing yourself to sink into rest. And then begin repeating the affirmation, I am pure. And really feel it in your bones and your cells. Feel a release of negative energy on your exhales. And if this expression and repetition of the affirmation is helpful to you, feel free to stay here. So you can utilize this affirmation practice in any postural expression that you choose at any time during the day. When you're feeling like you need some motivation, some inspiration, some help, when you're facing challenges and obstacles in your life, then combine this practice of affirmation with postural expression so that the repetition of the affirmation isn't just living in your head, it's beginning to become part of your truth in your body and in your breath. And by integrating all of these together, it lodges itself more permanently in your soul. I hope that you found this short practice helpful, restorative, inspiring, and I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Namaste.